What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are here for part 2 of our Madden 20 realistic rebuild of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We went through a first episode that wasn't the best. We got one divisional title to our name, no Super Bowls, nothing crazy like that, but we do have an insane quarterback. We're going to be starting things off as an 89 overall, very different than the rebuild we did just an episode ago with the New York Giants, where really part 2 was like we were starting 100% over again. We have Trey Lance, the man out of North Dakota State, who has taken the lead. I've never had a quarterback that scrambled this well. I mean, the touchdowns there, 2023 and 2024 look pretty impressive, but the rushing stats, I've never had a quarterback get consistently, not last year because he threw it more, but like the 8 touchdowns. I've never seen that. I've never seen 7 touchdowns. I've seen like 3 and 5, 2 and 4, stuff like that, but I might have got the best sim scramble stats out of Trey Lance that I have out of any other mobile quarterback that I have had. Outside of that, we got Juju and James Conner, both X Factor, but both getting up there in age. James Conner is 30, Juju is 28. We have Chase Claypool, James Washington still doing their thing. We got David Njoku, formerly of the Cleveland Browns in free agency. Ben Petrula is one of the top tackles in college football right now. DeCastro and Pouncey still doing their thing. We have 2 nice players here in Butler and Hicks holding down the left-hand side of the offensive line. Flipping to the defense, we got John Allen, formerly of the Washington Redskins, Cruz and McLean making up a very solid front 3. Our secondary has been maybe the most disappointing, at least from a cornerback standpoint. We have J.C. Jackson, formerly of the Patriots, Justin Lane, Caleb Farley. We just haven't had like that X factor, that superstar type corner. At safety, we have Minkah Fitzpatrick, who's obviously a baller, along with Monte Nicholson, another much like John Allen, former Washington Redskin. Our linebacking core is, however, very sick. TJ Watt, 91. He has started to regress just a little bit as he is 30. Devin Bush is up to a 92. Gautiote from USC, but a really solid middle linebacker. And then we got this guy, Jameek McMillan, out of South Carolina, 89 superstar. He's a beast, an absolute beast. A little bit of a down year. Everything sucked this final year, let's be completely honest. But the first 2 years in the league, he was utterly dominant, and I expect him, for part 2 of this rebuild, to regain that early form. But we are still looking for a Super Bowl, so this can go down as a successful rebuild. So without further ado, let's get into year 6. Free agency, we were going to go pretty light. I wasn't even going to spend anything, but then here I was looking through the corners, and then out of nowhere, through the shrubs, the shrubbery, the greenery, there's Jaleel Wiggins, a 25 scheme fit superstar dev, just chilling. Okay, look at this pretty little birdie that has fallen right into our lap. So I think that'll be the only guy I'm looking here at strong safety. We could use one of those. Isaiah Wright, 26, 75. Yeah, Nicholson's, that's a dev trade. That's not that big of an upgrade. But if we just land a superstar corner, that's a great low-key start to this offseason. And it's not going to be a ridiculous contract. So to peak at our first draft, it was a solid draft because one of 2 things. We got great players. Only one guy below a 68, which is really, really solid. A couple 70s there. We only had 3 wide receivers on the roster, so adding a 70 and a 65 is solid depth for sure. But the bad news is Marquise Pouncey retired, so we needed a center. And we're able to get, in the 2nd round, DeAnthony Bryant from San Diego State, who's a 75 hidden dev center. Now, not a scheme fit. Big shoes to fill, as Pouncey's been one of the best centers of the last decade, for sure. But really, really great prospect. And getting something like this not in the 1st round was beautiful because we got Gervonta Henson from Georgia, defensive end, scheme fit, 76 hidden dev. Let's go. Beautiful. Absolutely. Just BPA. Do we need a defensive end? Not really, but our guys in our front 3, they're all star devs. So even if there's a chance that Henson emerges as a superstar, that will be a big get for the defensive line and give us an additional player that we could most likely trade for draft picks. So I guess hopefully one of these 2 guys have a really, really good dev trade and it could top off a really solid draft. Coming out from the bye here in year 6, really, really solid start. We actually have 2 breakout scenarios that come up. We have Cruz, who's our starting defensive tackle. That's going to be probably a tough one to achieve. We also have Chase Claypool, a Canadian icon, trying to go, and now he's actually a legit starter. Before we had him rocking into the slot, going from a star to a superstar. But we're 5-2, first place right now in the AFC North. And look at some contracts here Let's see what we got. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is not going to be a cheap offseason. But luckily, we kind of gone cheap the last couple of seasons, so that's fine. So we got Hicks here first up. Let's get him on a 6-year deal. Might as well. Franchise guard. It's already a beast guard. We got Jameek McMillan. This guy's a beast. Keep him until he's 30. That's almost a $15 million cap hit. That's insanity. Trey Lance wants $236 million. What's Juju want? Oh my God, this is crippling. This is honestly crippling. We can't keep them all. We're gonna kill all of our salary. Like, we're gonna have to let James Conner go, which is painful because I love James Conner, one of my favorite players in the league. But he is also a 30-year-old running back, and we do have a guy that's like 81, 82 sitting behind him. Probably gonna have to let this guy go. I don't think we have the salary cap just to pay a solid starting guard. So we definitely need to come back on Hicks, McMillan, and Juju. And that's brutal. 6 years? There's no way he's gonna hold on to that rating. But we are already fairly thin at wide receiver, and we can't let that walk. Everyone to sign except this man. Okay. I have not hesitated to slap that franchise tag on him. At the end of season 6, dominance. 12. I mean, not even really, thank God, because it wasn't utter dominance, because looking at the Ravens, we're only a game ahead, but finally, we get our second divisional title. Can put that in the old beautiful Excel spreadsheet here. Looking at our squad. So what I did was, once we made it very apparent that unfortunately the end of James Conner, actually I'll make him my starter now, but I put Jamison, who was our RB2. He's 22, very young, already up to an 83 overall. It just made the most sense knowing that we weren't going to re-sign James Conner, just to get the next guy some snaps, get him some development before he becomes our true starter. And look at that, man. He's already up to an 81. We'll probably hit 82 if we can go on a solid playoff run here, which is good. But we will show some respect to James Conner and let him be our playoff running back. Juju's up to a 99 overall. Offensive line, Bryant, the center, taking over for Marquise Pouncey. It was a hidden dev. Came out as a star, but he has developed very, very, very nicely for us. And that's with me spending a lot of points trying to get him in that power player archetype. I don't really know. We got to look at the stats here in just a sec. We also had hidden dev on Henson that still has yet to unlock. I feel like it's probably going to be a star, but either way. And somehow John Allen went up a dev trait from when I first showed you what he was about. It must have, I honestly have no idea how that happened, but it happened. And that's cool. That's pretty damn cool if that happened. Looking at our stats here in year 6, Trey Lance played pretty well. Round that up to about 3,400 yards, 31 touchdowns, 7 picks, 72% completion percentage. Also at 8 rushing touchdowns. He is easily, I can say this with full confidence, the best dual threat quarterback we have had in a Madden 20 rebuild. But look at that, man. James Conner, 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns, almost 710 for Jamison. No, I don't care that his name's Leslie, man. He's a monster, okay? He's a monster, an absolute monster. Over 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns for Juju, who we're most likely going to slap a franchise tag on. 9 touchdowns for Njoku. I like seeing that. Pippen, mid-round rookie, worked in and out of the slot. Chase Claypool, okay season. Defensively, no one over 100 tackles, which is weird, but a solid year for Devin Bush. 3 sacks, 2 picks. We got 11.5 sacks, TJ Watt. Couple picks here and there. 2 from Wiggins. That stud, the superstar dev corner that was just chilling. I like that. Paid median dividends there. Yearly awards MVP went to Jameis Winston. Ooh, and Baker Mayfield's now in New England. Trey Lance coming in at number 6. In the AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Lamar Jackson. Lance at number 4. Defensive Player of the Year went to Myles Garrett. For the rest of these individual awards, oh geez, look at that. Bill Paxton's kids now in the NFL. That's cool. Shout out to Bill Paxton. Shout out to The Last Dance. But we are here in the playoffs, so let's see who is going to get absolutely raw. Oh, right away we find out who the best team is in the AFC North. Steelers, Ravens. Come on, Trey Lance. Go off, baby. Okay, it appears it's not raining. There's no snow. Ideal conditions. Let's go out there and execute. And we start off with the first touchdown of the game, but Baltimore's able to come down, respond, get a lead, a lot of momentum. I feel like this is going to be a close game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to come down to whatever team has the ball last in the third quarter. Because that first fourth quarter touchdowns, always, for whatever reason, very important in the sim. It's like who controls the momentum. See, look, there's an instant touchdown. We got the instant touchdown at the end of the third quarter. If we win, maybe I'm starting to kind of figure out the sim here. Even more tendencies within the sim. Whoever has that third quarter lead tends to win. We kick the field goal. There we go. 34-31. Very close matchup between two of the top teams in the NFL. Lance and Lamar Jackson going toe-to-toe. James Conner, who we gave the respect of. He's not going to be here. It's the end of the road. I'll use him as my playoff running back. 155 yards. He pays us back as the Pittsburgh Steelers are in the AFC, not NFC, the AFC championship game. There's zero chance, absolute zero chance I'm playing any second of this game. Snow games? No, thank you. Hey, do you want your quarterback that's carried the load just to slip on third downs? No, then don't play these games. So I'm going to go ahead and hopefully our sim team can make ourselves good enough, big enough to find a way to get into the Super Bowl here against a solid Raiders team. This is an 11-win Raiders team. Wasn't super familiar with some of their players. I think they've just drafted well in some of the generated draft classes. That Alex Anzalone was the only X factor that I heard of. And this is just a dominant performance. Look at this, man. 35-0. Whoever's rebuilding the Raiders over there is raging bad. 35-7. We just completely outclassed them. Again, another 100-yard plus performance from James Conner. Stellar performance from Trey Lance. 3 touchdowns, 73% completion percentage. They had Alan Bowman. Really solid-looking quarterback, but not your year. Pittsburgh is back in the Super Bowl. The quest for number 6 or 7. Whatever they need, 6 or 7, one of the two. Oh, baby. It's 7. We're looking for the 7th Super Bowl in franchise history. And what better opponent than a 9-win Rams? 9-7. They found their way into the playoffs. What do they got? What do they got here in the Super Bowl? They got random guy, Aaron Donald, Xavier Howard, Taylor Rapp, Jared Goff, Hecker Cup, Shaq Barrett. So, I mean, they don't really have, I would say, a lot of new players. Everyone, most of the guys outside of Godwin, Howard, and Barrett. And Barrett must be super old at this point. He's same with Howard. He's probably very slow. All right. Very winnable. I think it's a very winnable game outside of the fact that they're 9-7. But I would love to kick things off in year 6 of 10 with a Super Bowl title. Great way, perfect way to start the rebuild. Put it in the win column. Number 7 for the Steelers. We got Trey Lance under center, trying to finally get out the naysayers, say that he's not as good as Ben Roethlisberger. And look, man, dominance. Utter dominance. We're letting James Conner go on a high note here. Look at this. 30 bomb in the first half. Where was this for the first 5 years? Like the last years 3, 4, and 5 for the Steelers, where we had essentially the same team. Could not win a game to save our life. Look at this defense. This is a defense that's given up 1 touchdown in 2 weeks. Can I come in, please? Oh, I don't want to play defense, though. I want to let the defense do their thing. I want to play some offense. Give me an offensive drive, if possible. Yes, sir. James Conner. This is his last time in a Steelers uniform. Before we do this, hopefully I remember and we don't get... Oh! He's not fast anymore. Can we juke? He's a truck guy. Oh, there we go. That's a big game. Let's keep this drive going. Hopefully there's not a lot of post-Super Bowl fallout here where I forget. I want to look at James Conner's total career stats with the Pittsburgh Steelers. See where they're at. See if he's ever surpassed Le'Veon Bell. Because, much like... Oh, my God. These holes. What are you doing? Learn how to tackle. Great blocking from this offensive line. We'll go no huddle. Let's see if we take a shot here. What do we got? Claypool. Oh, the safety's right there. We'll get out of bounds with Njoku here. I want 5. Trey Lance has 5 sim touchdowns. That's like an all-time greatest performance in the suit. Let's see if we can get 6. I think we might have Claypool here if we can get some time, which we can't. I want 6. I want him to get 6 touchdowns in a game. Oh, we can smash this one. See if we can get James Conner out the backfield. Have Juju run a streak. I want to see actually if they cover James Conner. There we go. 99 overall. Juju Smith-Schuster. 6th touchdown for Trey Lance. That's the biggest ass whooping I've ever seen in a Super Bowl. This might be the most dominant Super Bowl run ever. We had that epic game over the Ravens, and then we absolutely destroyed in the championship game the Raiders. Defense suffocated, offense was efficient, and then in the Super Bowl, defense destroyed the 9-7 Rams, and our quarterback Trey Lance threw 6 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. I've never seen anything like that, and I think it's a perfect way. I mean, DeCastro could retire here. You know, you could see, obviously, it's the end of the era for James Conner. We're going to franchise tag Juju, but, you know, it's a little bit of the end of the era for some of these old school players, and this is welcoming to the new, because everyone now, if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, Ben Roethlisberger who? It's the Trey Lance era. Before, where it was like, you know, Trey Lance put up some big numbers. He's a good scrambler. But, you know, Big Ben got us 2 Super Bowls. He had, you know, Big Ben had those big years they beat. But I think this will eliminate all the naysayers, all the boo birds there that go into Heinz Field and are not fans. Look at that. 385, 6 touchdowns, no picks, 81% completion percentage. We round up. I only threw one of those. This was a 5-touchdown sim performance from Trey Lance, he's Cam Newton. He's everything that MVP Cam Newton should have been, except he dives on fumbles in the Super Bowl. Trey Lance is sensational, and I'm very, very happy to, at least for James Conner, this most likely 99% going to be his final year in Pittsburgh, who's been our most consistent offensive player in this rebuild, to go out with his first Super Bowl, the 7th Super Bowl in franchise history. You deserve it, Trey Lance. Let's get into the offseason, and let's get into year 7. Here we go. Career stats, James Conner, 9,100 rushing yards. We'll round up 9,200 rushing yards. 67 rushing touchdowns. Also can chip in with 2,600 receiving yards, 9 receiving touchdowns. So that's well over 10,000 yards from scrimmage. Well over 70 total touchdowns. 76 total touchdowns. Legend. He's a legend. He's going to go down in history as one of the best running backs Pittsburgh's ever had. Also, yeah, David DeCastro. Finishes paperwork. It's his last game. Another emotional retirement for one of the best linemen the Pittsburgh Steelers have ever had. That's pretty tough, man. Losing Pouncey and then DeCastro the year after. We got to draft well. We got to draft very well on the interior of that offensive line. I got to tip myself with free agents. We literally just paid out like $400 million worth of contracts. We need to save whatever available cap we have, especially with Juju on a 1-year, $19 million plan on the cap. I'm not even going to look and see like, oh, look, there's a perfect player for us. The mystery from you guys, the viewer, from myself, it's just for my sanity. Let's get right into the draft. We didn't spend anything in free agency. We needed to have a stellar draft, and a stellar draft we did. I mean, look at that. We got a 71. We got a kicker and punter that both look fairly solid. 73. Like, the dev traits weren't amazing. We had a 73 normal at guard. We got another 73 normal. First round pick. He didn't attend the combine. Was projected early first round. He has all the makings of being a superstar X Factor. 96 strength, like beast. Absolute beast. Going to be a defensive end in our scheme. John Allen's getting up there in age a little bit. We had the DM we drafted last year, who I think is a star dev. The one player I missed out on was at guard. I tried trading up in the second round. I think he went to the Dolphins. This guy I wanted, Richard Matthews out of Clemson. He's a 75. Don't be superstar. Don't be superstar. Nice. It's only a star. It's still really solid. I really wanted him, but I just could not find a trade partner to move up. Which was kind of annoying. I tried like 4 or 5 different trades, and then he just eventually went to the Dolphins. But hey, we still got a 73. It's not the end of the world, but massive shoes to fill, as he's going to have to, you know, he's a scheme fit, but he has an opportunity to try and take over for David DeCastro, who's been a fixture, a staple of this organization and the offensive line. But for May, keep an eye on the dev trait. He's probably going to end up being a star and just completely blue ball this one, but I think ticks all the boxes. Ticks every little box that you want for him to be an X Factor. So taking a quick look at our squad here as we look to defend our Super Bowl title in year 7. No more James Conner. Leslie Jamison will be starting, and you know, he got some upside. Not a scheme fit, not a power back, but very, very elusive. 95 speed, 95 agility. Got the great spin move, great elusive. You know, he should be good. He should be nice. Should be mental. We got Juju on the tag. Trey Lance very close to getting a 99 overall. Should hit that this season. Offensive line. We're just going to keep... What? What? He's coming back, baby! 1 more year! I don't even have, like, the retirement on. He's coming back. 1 more year. He can't give it up. He's addicted to football. He's like, who did that? Didn't the Panthers center do that? Khalil? He, like, retired. Then he's just like, I'm going to go play for the Jets. So, hey, nice. We got DeCastro back for 1 more year on the defense. We did get hit with some pretty bad regression on John Allen. I need May to definitely be superstar X Factor, given the lack of star ability right there. No dev traits, nothing new has changed. Monte Nicholson regressed like 7 points. He was a 70. No, there's no way. Someone run it back. When we started last season, I'm pretty sure he was a 76 overall. I've never seen a 7-point regression before. Jesus Christ. Well, still a good team. We're still a good team. Well, kind of good news. Pleasance, who's taking over Monte Nicholas, he's got 72. Just got himself a star dev. Not going to complain about that. On the bye in year 7, we're 7-2. Top dogs yet again, but the Browns are actually kind of keeping pace with us in the AFC North. But a great start. Contracts. What are we talking about here? What do we do? What do we got? Juju still wants ridiculous amount of money. Dare I franchise tag him again, or he takes the money because he's happy with it. You got Vince McClain, who's also been fairly solid. Can't really replace that. Watt wants. Oof. Okay, let's get Cruz in here. Let's work about containing the lines first. Even though the dev traits aren't great, these guys are solid players. Allen could probably go all these dudes for the most part. I mean, Pleasance has gone up a dev trait, and that's a reasonable contract. What about this guy? Carradine, what's he want? $3 million a year. We can get that to about almost 2.5 if it's at 5. We got him locked up. I mean, we're winning. There should be some element in a Madden sim, a Madden franchise, when you're winning games. If you're on like a winning streak, that guys will more likely want to stay and re-sign up with you. TJ Watt's an interesting one because he's regressing. He's already regressed fairly bad. I think he was like a 94. But I don't have a replacement. We'll see if he takes that. Of course Watt was. He's a good old boy. He'll take that contract. All right. So there we go. Good piece of business. Everyone wants to be a part of what we're building here, but coming off a Super Bowl and looking like we're going to at least another deep playoff run, a lot of these guys probably just say, yeah, let's just keep latching on and going along for the ride here because we could get another couple Super Bowls as long as Trey Lance is the monster under center. What a collapse. We won like 2 games down the stretch. Came second. I think that Week 17 game was for the playoffs. And we're able to go on the back of Trey Lance, 4 touchdowns. And Deion Bush, offensive and defensive player of the week. Guys showed up, but Jesus, it shouldn't have been that hard. And then DeCastro talking about maybe retiring yet again. Okay. I don't know. You already used that, right? It's like a pro wrestler, I'm retiring. I'm coming back. Oh, I'm going to retire again. Like, what's it really mean, though? What is it? Whatever. We still have him for one more run. We got to run the gauntlet, though, to defend our Super Bowl title. Looking at the stats here, Trey Lance. 4,100 passing yards, 40 touchdowns, 7 picks. Also had 550 and 4 rushing. That might be your MVP right there. You got 5 rushing touchdowns for my fullback. I love seeing that. 1,107 for Jameson. Big shoes to fill, taking over for James Conner. I think that's definitely an acceptable season. Receiving 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns for Juju. Beautiful. 11 touchdowns, Chase Claypool. Beautiful. David Njoku, now in the later stages of his career, but still, that's probably his best year he's had for us. 807. Defensively, a lot of tackles there. We got 9.5 sacks, TJ Watt, 8.5 McClain, 8 for McMillan. All acceptable numbers for a 3-4 scheme. Yearly awards MVP, Trey Lance. Beautiful. I think that's his second MVP award that we've got, I believe. Don't misquote me on it, but I think we won one in the first part of this rebuild, and there you go. Dumb. Offensive Player of the Year, Trey Lance. Defensive Player of the Year went to Kenneth Murray. TJ Watt coming in at number 3. Well, our fullback's Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's cool. Juju's Wide Receiver of the Year. And we had the Quarterback of the Year. So, I mean, offense on point. Number 2 offense in the NFL. Our defense last Super Bowl run was really what made the difference. We're 13th. So, I don't know how good that's actually going to end up being. But anyways, let's run this gauntlet, defend our Super Bowl title. It starts first on the road in Jacksonville against the 9-6-1 Jaguars. I mean, again, I'm going to trust this team. With how well they played in the sim last year, I'm going to trust that they're going to find a way to get this done. At least not be one and done. Anytime you go one and done after winning the Super Bowl, when you don't really have any big losses like we had, it's just frustrating. So let's put it all together. We got the MVP, for God's sakes. I will say, though, I don't think I've ever had like an MVP quarterback. Because usually, let's be honest, it's usually the quarterback. Occasionally you might get a running back. But win a Super Bowl. I don't think I've ever won an MVP and won a Super Bowl in the same year. If I have, it's extremely rare. So I don't know. That's something that goes into it for like all the big Madden sim upsets. The MVP always loses in the playoffs or something stupid like that. Third down will come in for one play. I don't know if it's going to be a running clock or not. 3rd and 10. We're going to have to take a shot here. I'm not running Hail Mary. Come on. We'll go 4 verts. Clock's not running. So we might be able to get this out of bounds. Claypool is our height, weight, speed guy. Juju's our X factor. Oh, that's good. That's good. Tied it up. Ball game. Do we go for 2? I would personally go to 2, but I'll let the computer do it. Let the computer figure it out. Come on, win this in overtime. There we go. What? I said 28-28. Oh! They won. How did that happen? What happened? Oh, first play from overtime. 70-yard touchdown run. You hate to see it. Oh, this game sucks. I don't usually like the cheese, but when you have a rookie fullback getting Offensive Rookie of the Year, I'm giving him superstar dev. So we're making history as being the first fullback since 1932 to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm giving him the highest standard you could give a fullback in this game. Free agency, we actually have a little bit of spending cash, but of course at the one position we need at corner, there's not. I mean, we get a 39-year-old Richard Sherman. Graham's not too bad, but he's 28. He's just about that cusp of regressing here. And we could move Minka back to corner and then get someone like this. Ben Bush, 25, 83. It's not bad, but I don't know. We'll sit on the outside looking in. Again, there's a guard. We could get instant started there at guard, but that's a decent chunk of money considering we have like depth, like a 76, I believe, depth guard on the left side that we can move to right. DeCastro just not retiring ever. Probably could have given him the... if he's playing one more year. We're not signing anyone else. If he's actually going to give it one more go, I feel like we need to at least give him an offer, right? Give him an offer. He's a legend. He doesn't want to hang up. He's like Jason Peters of the Eagles. Just will not hang it up. Come on, man. Let's get the band back to... Oh, kiss my ass, bud. I hope you go 1-15 next year. For a draft recap, purely best player available at this point in the draft. Minka's getting a little bit older, so I felt like maybe we add a safety into the mix. We get Anton Palmer, 74 hidden dev out of UCLA. Really nice looking athlete, solid, strong safety. Could probably play free though. We got a nice little running back to the pair with Leslie. I can't remember his last name right now, but it's a solid pick there. We got a quarterback that was your first round that always slips in a Madden draft. Maybe it could be trade bait or labor because clearly Trey Lance he's the best quarterback in the league. He's the reigning MVP, but we might have an asset here that we could flip for a corner because goddamn we need a corner. 73 D tackle in the 3rd round, normal dev, but still solid. He's a scheme fit as well. Landed a couple of 60s and 70s, and then just I don't know. I auto drafted those, and wow, 49. I think that might be the lowest overall I've ever seen. Get those guys off my team, but I'm going to try before the season starts to see if I can flip some of our surplus assets for a corner. I wasn't able to find literally any corners available for trade, which is mildly annoying. But there is something that soothes it just a little bit as we preview our roster. Trey Lance is now up to a superstar X Factor. He has high-low Deadeye and got us all the abilities for a solid rushing quarterback and protected, which is, I think, one of the better superstar abilities to get for your quarterbacks. We have our... we fudged the numbers a little bit and given him a dev trade, but he won Offensive Rookie of the Year as a fullback in Jeffrey McCutcheon here. On the offensive line, not a lot of changes. Pretty much, staying as is. I'm debating taking someone like here, Dion Connor from Alabama. He has the hidden dev. Maybe make him our starter at right guard. Could have a higher ceiling. I guess we'll find out in the end. But I'll gamble with that one. No more David Njoku. Rudolph needs to step up. Zach Rudolph, 77 normal, entering his sophomore season. More of a pure blocking tight end. Doesn't offer anything as a receiver. Sure, that's not going to be an issue. But the good news on the defense is May. The guy that we kind of hoped that he was going to be an X Factor. At least he's a superstar. So we got a superstar on that defensive line. But I tried to flip Henson for a corner. There's no one. There's no partners in crime that want to look to do that. So that's mildly annoying. But we do have Palmer. And I have had pretty good luck in rebuilds getting hidden dev safeties turning out to be something better than a star. So That's cool. And, just ignore our secondary outside of Wiggins. And then you'll be fine. You'll be fine here in year 8. I think as long as we have Trey Lance just dominating, and he's going to be very close to getting the 90. He definitely will get in the 99 club this season. We can win as many games as we want. I think we're getting 11 wins. 11 wins on the back of Trey Lance. Coming over our bye, even though Juju's not happy, I'm happy. We're 5-1, tops in the North. Wouldn't be the North, though, if there's any time, at any point we look good. There's at least one, if not the entire division, off to a fairly good start here in 2027. Contracts. What do we got? We got Lyle Butler, franchise tackle. Pay him. We're not going to get anyone better. Oh, he wants more money. Kiss my ass. Minka's held on his rating okay. I feel like on a 2-year period, he's not going to get... He'll still be like mid-low 80s. Jameson at running back. He's been solid for us. 5-year deal. Nice. Probably it, I think, in terms of in-house contracts. Claypool, I like keeping him. The Canadian bias is making this very tough, but I know wide receivers regress brutally bad unless you have a dev trade or something that can help you out, and that's just too much money for a team that we got to be a little bit careful how we spend money. But I definitely will lock down Butler and bring back Minka on a 2-year. I wanted 11 wins here in year 8, and the team just got me 14. 14-2, our 3rd divisional title of the rebuild. We got a first-round bye. Let's just get a quick sim here and find out who is going to get absolutely slacked. And it's the Ravens again. I almost feel like there's a little bit of, hey, if we could match up divisional opponents, we will in the sim algorithm. But either way, we're not gonna get hyped up over that. Looking at our squad, we have a new 99 member in Trey Lance joining Juju Smith-Schuster. Jameson's up to an 87. Rudolph's developed nicely. Connor, the hidden dev, ended up being a superstar. Yes. Panned out. Look at this offensive line, man. This is such a good O-line. Everyone in the 90s, and the guy that's not a 90s is a young player with a superstar dev. We don't have the dev trait yet on Palmer. Hopefully that also emerges as something fairly good. But May hit the ground running. I think he got 7 overall points in one season. I mean, again, some of those numbers could be with like the morale boost and stuff. Trey Lance played well. 3,400 yards, 34 touchdowns, 6 picks. We also got, we didn't run the ball at all because Jameson. We let Jameson do the damn thing. Nice season. 11 touchdowns for Juju. On the defensive side, Devin Bush, 7 sacks. Just decided to become a pass rush specialist this season. 18.5 sacks. Jameek McMillan. Let's go. Unreal. 10.5 Henson, 8.5 McLean, 8 for May. What a dominant defense from a box score. We're the 18th offense, which is fine because we know what we have in Trey Lance defense. So it's got to be number 1. Number 2 defense. Saquon Barkley is your MVP. And the AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Justin Herbert. Trey Lance at 9. Defense Player of the Year, McMillan coming in at number 3. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to our backup running back. Cool. For the rest of these awards, Hicks is the best lineman. I mean, our O-line's freaky. Everyone should be there. All the first 5 off the boat should be our guys. But dominant. Maybe some questions, though. The fact that our quarterback finally hit a 99 had a little bit of a weird year, especially from a scrambling standpoint. But we're good. Year 8, Baltimore. Championship game on the line. We know what to do. Super Bowl number 8 starts here against a team we know how to beat in Baltimore. Trey Lance, a little bit of an off year. You have some people starting to doubt you. Maybe you're big-timing it too much. Got too much sponsorships. Maybe doing some off-the-field stuff, trying to release a rap album like we've seen before in Pittsburgh stardom. Maybe not even stardom. Super stardom in Pittsburgh. Just does not have a terrific track record. Antonio Brown, kind of crazy. Le'Veon Bell, a little bit out there. But we're tying this one up. We're playing well. We're hanging in there. I would like to be maybe a little bit more explosive offensively. Defense needs a stand here. Okay, well, we need a quick score then. We need a very quick score. Keep it within 1. Oh, not looking good. Could not count on the defense here in year 8. Lamar Jackson outdueled Trey Lance. Both played fine, over 100 yards rushing. But anytime your big-time 99 wide receiver is held to 2 catches on 22 yards, you're not going to win a lot of football games. Kudos to Baltimore. We'll lick our wounds and be back in year 9. Free agency, we don't have a lot of money, but we're still looking for a corner, and there's no one there, man. There's not. I mean, we got 26 star. Yeah, I mean, maybe this guy's the best of the bunch, and it's still not that great. We'll come in with 16.7. We'll come in over Denver and Tampa, but if we don't get him, whatever, man. We got to there's usually, every couple drafts, couple first-round corners that are available. Hopefully this coming up draft is one of them. No. I mean, we are picking kind of late. What do we got here? We got an early second, mid-second, mid-second, early second. This guy got a 4.59. This guy ran 4.4. Okay, we'll go with this guy. Great. It's great. All right, so our draft recap. We needed a corner. Didn't get one. We got a 71 running back. And then I got a pretty nice pick player here in the third round. A hidden dev guard, Joe Acosta from Nevada. I simmed it out, but I saw something that looked pretty crazy. You don't usually see that in the sim in the third round. This guy, Braden Richards, 80 overall. It's a normal, but my God, an 80 overall player in the third round. And I didn't see him. How did that one slip past me? I don't know, because he has 94 strength. He probably had 40-some on the bench press. Our O-line's so stacked, it wouldn't even really matter. But usually at this point, year 9, year 10 of the draft, we're just going BPA to try to make me look like, my show, prove to myself, my self-worth as a Madden drafter. Missing that, it's a bad one. I got to hold myself accountable. Time for the Pittsburgh Steelers, looking to get back into the Super Bowl here. Our squad, it's coming along. Jameson went up a dev trait, which is cool. I mean, it's only a star, but it still helps. It still definitely helps. The hidden quarterback dev is star, which is not great. Not going to help him in terms of his draft stock value, but we need Trey Lance to carry the load here. Not a lot of weapons outside of Juju, who's regressed, and we have a blocking tight end. But our offensive line is so sick. I'd love to see him rush a little bit more. Let's get back to that Cam Newton MVP-like aura, that bubble, that conversation. On the defense, it's coming along. I don't know why we're not playing May. That's stupid. Should be our starting right end. He's a right end, but I'll fix that in the depth chart. Come on, Madden, sort your shit out. Very surprising that McMillan with 18.5 sacks did not go up at dev trait last season. That was a little shocking. I think if you're the sacks, you should go up automatically at dev trait. But Palmer, we had a hidden dev safety last year entering his sophomore season. He's going to get the starting gig. 79 with a star dev, just edging out Pleasance. But either way, if, a surprise retirement or something like that, if Minka can't make it the full 10, we do have a couple safeties that should be solid enough to hold that spot down. So we'll make May a starter on the right defensive end slide and then get into year 9. At the bye in year 9, not at a bad spot at all. Ooh, my God. 5-2, though, across the board in the AFC North. Dogfight. It's a dogfight. We have a breakout here for, I have no idea, probably our third wide receiver that I don't know his name. Oh, it's Pippen. Nice. He's already a star, looking to get a superstar dev. Good luck. Best of luck to you. Look at that contract. Players we want for the whole rebuild. Guys that want to be here for year number 10. Got Big Cat Bryant just chilling there. Must have been like a computer signing. Either way, let's see. We got Pippen. I think he's developed as a pretty nice starter. We don't have a whole lot of money. Need to be a little conscientious here. We definitely need Wiggins because we have nothing at corner. Definitely want Bryant because he's a franchise center. He wants more money. Devin Bush would be cool to keep. Oh, we don't have money for him. Okay, we definitely can move on from Petrulia. If we can get Wiggins, Bryant, and find out a way to re-sign Devin Bush, maybe I can go through our roster, kind of clean things up from a salary cap standpoint. That would be ideal. I definitely want Devin Bush here. $34. We need to free up, roughly $6 million, probably $7 million to make a competitive offer. That could be tough. That could be tough. And the end of year 9, just another truly dominant season, 12-4, our 4th divisional title of the rebuild. The bad news is Devin Bush wants to test out free agency, and we pissed off the center by trying to pay Devin Bush. That Bryant also wants to hit free agency. And we didn't have money to offer Pippen a contract. So, less than ideal scenario as we head, we try to win this year, but we also have to kind of keep in the back of our mind. There's still one more year after this in the rebuild, so this might be our best chance at winning our final Super Bowl number 8. Trey Lance was solid, 3,900 yards, 36 touchdowns, 10 picks. Had 3 rushing touchdowns. The rushing attack generally was very nice. No dominant receiver, which is annoying considering how much money we're paying Juju Smith-Schuster. Devin Bush, once again, dominant with the total tackles. 11 sacks, McMillan. Interceptions down a little bit. We did, however, the only positive news, we were able to get a contract extension here with Wiggins, our head and shoulders best corner on the roster. Yearly awards MVP went to Justin Fields. In the AFC offense play there, Deshaun Watson. Trey Lance coming in at 3. Defensive player of the year, we had no one. For these individual awards, quarterback is Trey Lance. Lineman is Keelan Hicks. So we had a couple, we had a couple players showing out, balling out. Let's figure out who we're taking on in the AFC divisional round. Probably someone from our own division. Oh, it's not. It's something different. Deshaun Watson, Trey Lance. That's a matchup I kind of want to see. Who is the best dual threat quarterback? Because I think we've beat on Lamar Jackson enough for Trey Lance to get ahead. So it's really Trey Lance and Deshaun Watson. Who's the best dual threat? And right now, Pittsburgh starting out hot. 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. Defense looks like they're playing like that Super Bowl caliber defense that we saw that year that was just suffocating. Gave up, what was it? Like something crazy, like 1 touchdown in the championship game and the Super Bowl combined. So let's just keep on keeping on with that. Even though our offense is definitely fizzled. We were hot in the first quarter and haven't done anything since. 0 points, get a field goal, that's not good enough. Field goals are not going to be, you might be enough to win here, and it's not. God, and its defense is out there. Oh, this game's over. All right, looks like we're going to have to go all in year 10. All in year 10. Come on, Tomlin. Get your boys together. All in year 10, and we're going to be losing a lot of talent most likely because we don't have the money. And that's what kind of comes with the territory when you pay Trey Lance almost $240 million. So we franchise tag Devin Bush so we didn't lose him, and we're $4 million in the red, the best free agent. Oh, James Conner's still doing his thing? God damn. But it's annoying when you look at the top 10 free agents and you have your former starting right tackle, your former starting center is the best available guy. And we have to clear $4 million with salary, which $4 million is not bad. I've had to deal with tens of millions, which is an issue. $4 million, basically we can just cut up all our depth and maybe a starter, but that's nothing too big to worry about. Let's just get into the draft. All right, so we entered the draft. We have Juju Smith-Schuster is our only wide receiver on the roster. We also needed a corner. There's no sense that 2030 first-round pick is worth nothing to us. We had insane depth at defensive end. Henson, 89. He's our 3rd defensive end. So, the number 1 overall pick is the Cleveland Browns. This could come back to bite us off because Henson could have 14 sacks and crush us. But we flipped 2 first and one of the better defensive ends in the league for the number 1 overall pick so that we could go grab, look, there's some corner depth there for sure. Like, this is our big board of corners. We have Ellis James, who's a scheme fit, early first rounder. Obviously not ideal straight line speed. We got Malcolm Armstrong here, looks solid, mid first rounder. Taj Hall, early first. This guy actually looks really, really solid. However, and there's a bunch of corners, and I know we actually have to focus on this going in year 10 because we have so little depth. But there's Teague second round, couple second round corners. We could probably walk away, maybe getting 2 or 3 of them in the later rounds. But when you look at the wide receivers, we also need wideouts. There's one guy that's worth drafting, and he's a beast. Please be good. Come on. I gave up so much for you. Please be good. Yes, that works. Even though he's number 6, it works. 77, hidden dev out of Florida. 93, oh my God, those stats are not particularly good. 78 catching. Okay. Yeah, If he, there's, I don't know. It's probably not great. Hey, if he's better than a star dev, it's probably not that bad of a pick. Draft recap. For whatever reason, when I made this second trade, it was kind of bugged, and in the recording didn't look great. I had to come back in. This is what we call editing and post. I traded that backup quarterback to get this pick from the Houston Texans to get Keon Tapp, that early second round corner who's 69 hidden dev, scheme fit. Actually, a really, really solid pick. In the second round, we got Javier Gardner from Michigan, 6'6", 230. Somehow he's not a physical archetype, but he's a solid wide receiver. Those are going to be our starters. Juju, Sermons, and Gardner. Year 10, the end of the road here for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we stand before you at 88 overall team. We've suffered some losses. We've definitely suffered a couple losses here in terms of talent, but we still got Juju hanging on. Our O-line still across the board for the most part is really solid. Acosta, who had a hidden dev last year, came out superstar again. So we just have such an elite offensive line. Sermons, who we traded 2 first-round picks and an 89 DN for, needs to be a baller. Absolutely needs to be dominant. Yeah. Please be a beast. Please be a beast. Defensively, we're solid. Tap will get some reps in the nickel. Linebacking core still really, really good. Safety tandem still solid. I mean, you can tell this team's starting to show its age a little bit. It's year 10. We're at the end of the road. But I definitely think with 99 overall, Trey Lance, our $230 million quarterback, he'll at least get us into the gauntlet. Worst case scenario, make the wild card. We could have a chance here to get Super Bowl number 8 in year 10. At year 10, first round bye, 11-5. We were 8-0 at the bye. I thought we had a chance to go 16-0, but I will take first round bye. We don't have to run the gauntlet. We get to kick our feet up and wait for the 9. Oh, why is it always a 9-win team? Give me it's the division round. Give me someone that looks like they deserve to make the playoffs. Looking at we had 2 hidden devs on the team. Sermon, superstar, 87 superstar. Nice. I think at the end of the day, worth it. Worth all the picks and stuff we had to give up. And the corner is only a star, but he's up to a 75 solid. I'll take that. Scheme fit. Looking at the stats. What do we look from a statistical standpoint? Trey Lance. Oh, God. Did he get MVP for the 3rd time? Second in yards, second in touchdowns. 4,300 yards, 41 touchdowns, 10 picks, 76% completion percentage. The anti-Josh Allen. He also chipped in with 333, 3s across the board, and 5. So he has 46 touchdowns. That's insane, man. He definitely got his 3rd MVP. Sermons, as a rookie, 90 I put him in the slot cheese, but 90 catches, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns, 1,000 for Juju. And this team is what we call gearing up. And look at Devin Bush coming back. We bent over backwards to bring him back. He paid it dividends immediately. 106 tackles, 8 TFL, 4 sacks, 2 interceptions. Might be linebacker of the year. 10 sacks May, 9.5 McMillan, 9.5 McLean. Boom. 3rd MVP. Trey Lance. He's incredible. Definitely going right up there in the annals of history on this channel for rebuild quarterbacks. Can't wait for Madden 21. Whatever team we eventually use Trey Lance for, probably Carolina. Got big shoes to fill because this Madden 20 Trey Lance, he's on the GOAT list. Top 10, top 5 Madden 20 rebuild quarterback. Right up there with that. I remember Justin Herbert. The Justin Herbert we had in the Chargers rebuild, he's probably the best. I remember Drew Lock was really good when we did the Denver Broncos. But Trey Lance, I think he might be the third best quarterback we've ever had. Offensive Player of the Year is Trey Lance. We got for the individual awards, he's the quarterback. Sermons is the best wide receiver. I love it. That trade that we made to get Sermons is very similar to what Atlanta did to move up to get Julio Jones. And we got our Julio Jones right there, baby. Trey Lance, legend. Absolute legend. 3 MVPs, looking for his 2nd Super Bowl, and it all starts by taking on an underwhelming 9-7 Jets team. Come on. At minimum this year. At minimum. I will not complain if we at least win this game. If we can get to the championship games, whatever, there's going to be an upset. Have it there. Not in the divisional round. Let's handle business. We have our superstar, 3-time MVP quarterback. He's been there, done it, has playoff experience, has taken this team on a Super Bowl run. This team is ready. Defense is good. Devin Bush. We have veterans across the board. We have the hottest wide receiver in the National Football League. Come on. Come on, baby. Solid offensive line. There's no real glaring weakness on this squad. It's looking solid. 27-13. There we go. There's the 30 ball. This one's over. We really put our foot on their throats here in the 4th quarter. Enough to move on to the AFC Championship game. Pretty much stellar performance. Trey Lance outdueling Sam Darnold as we are moving on. If you ever see a Charger team with 9 wins at this point in the playoffs, pucker your butts. Your team to feel comfortable taking on a less than 10-win Charger team in the playoffs. But, it's Trey Lance. Trey Lance, you want to be regarded as a GOAT on the channel for rebuilds? You're going to find a way to win a Super Bowl this year, okay? You're going to find a way to do it. Look at that, 21 points. This defense, we're getting that Super Bowl caliber defense back. Look at that. The Chargers have yet to get a touchdown, and we're halfway through the 4th quarter. Just a clinic. Putting on a clinic, killing the clock off. They get a garbage time touchdown, but Pittsburgh in year 10 is going back to the Super Bowl clinic from Trey Lance. 78% completion percentage. 2 of the GOAT quarterbacks in Madden 20 rebuilds going head-to-head. But Trey Lance just too good on the day. Sermons, 8 catches, 88 yards as the Steelers are going back to the Super Bowl. The quest for 8 continues. Year 10 Super Bowl is going to be the 11-5 Steelers against the 10-5-1 Seahawks. Wasn't that a Super Bowl? Like in the early thousands? Was it Steelers? I feel like that was it. I don't know. I could be wrong. But let's take a look at this Seattle team. They got Wentz under center. What? They got Goff as well. But they got Caden Stearns, Vita Vea, Odell, Devin Lloyd. I think he's at Utah. He's still in college right now. Okay. Okay, Carson Wentz. Look at this. We're going to drop 40 on them. We're going to get Trey Lance is going to have another 6-touchdown Super Bowl performance, and we're going to ride off into the sunset here. Okay, come on. Let's beat Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is just, right now, every time he gets ready to snap the ball, it's just Nick Foles. That's all he hears. So we got that shadow is looming over Carson Wentz now that he's back in the Super Bowl. We got this, man. Look, he's not ready. He's not fit to be out there. They've got to get a touchdown. Okay, they finally got a touchdown in the third quarter. We're going up and down the field. We're not settling for field goals. They are. But they could make it close here. Oh, it's a one-score game. Oh, no. Ooh. Do I need to come in here in the red zone? I think I do. I see Caden Stearns out there. I'll tell you right now. One thing I just want to do for fun. I want to scramble with Trey Lance. Look, he's in his X Factor. I assume that's what it means. No, he's not. He just has it red for some reason. Let's scramble. Oh, come on. Come on, you have the juke. Whatever. Gain of 10.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Why? What is this play calling? We're on the 10-yard line. Like, all right, hit 4 verts. Just run 4 verts. Sermon's at the top of the screen. I don't see any star power there in the secondary. Even though I know they got Stearns. We'll just take the check down here for the first down. We'll go to Jamison, our running back. We're good. We'll burn a timeout. We're in no rush. I just want to get... I'm gonna on this first down, I'm gonna force a run. Maybe we can, if we call 4 verts, it might make the box a little, no, it doesn't. I was hoping that might make the box a little lighter. It's not, but I want to try to scramble this in with Lance. Give me my John Elway moment. Oh, they have spies on it, but we got the juke. But he won't juke. See, whatever in Madden, you need to make it so I can control my stick moves there. Because that's a juke. That's a touchdown. I have that OP juke superstar ability. Second and goal. I mean, we are a field goal away from tying this. Field goal is not the worst thing, but we want to win this in regulation. Sermons? Come on. It's good. It's good. Trey Lance keeps it on the ground. I think from a passing standpoint, I think those numbers flashed up. I don't think his stat line's the best this game. It's definitely not 6 touchdowns. Oh, no, I got to come in. I got to play some defense here. What happened? Carson Wentz is playing like a beast. Where's McMillan? Jameek McMillan. He's our premier edge rusher. Oh, that's a drop pass. Carson Wentz, 300-some yards on the day. We got to keep the blitz coming. Jesus Christ, this is a dead. Come on. No. Is that DK Metcalf? How do I play this? Let me play this full game. We're bringing it to you live here. We're gonna play this full game. I'm gonna take a knee, and we're gonna take a bomb. We're gonna take a knee, take a bomb. We're down a field goal. We have one time. I mean, there's 4 seconds. So make sure on this, as long as they don't squib it, which I don't know why they wouldn't. Oh no, that's not good. Okay, 95-yard pass. Let's get in the shotgun. We will go, where's 4 verts at? A good 4 verts, there we go. We'll go traditional 4 verts with running back. I feel like right bumper is probably our best because Juju's old. He doesn't have a lot of speed. But we'll see. Juju wins off the line. Oh. Come on! God! Yes! Oh, Superstar X Factors. They just come in handy. Superstar X Factors just come in handy when you need it. Off the line. Didn't stand a chance. It's your 8th Super Bowl. Oh, let's go. We're not going to gloat. Even though we should kind of go Super Bowl number 8, the premier franchise in the National Football League. From the steel curtain to right now, the Trey Lance era. We got it done. We got it done, baby. So, that does it for the realistic rebuild here in Madden 20 of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let me know in the comment section below what team you want to see next. We'll probably have that episode dropping on Saturday or Sunday. Reminder, the teams we have left is... I can't look at my spreadsheet now, so I can't tell you what teams we have left. I know we have the Baltimore Ravens, the Seattle Seahawks, the Kansas City Chiefs are on that list. My God, get out of this. I hate these menus. That is the worst menu. I don't care. Okay, teams we have left, everybody, for what you want to see next in a rebuild. Minnesota Vikings, LA Rams, Colts, Saints, Cowboys, Bucks, Titans, Panthers, Chiefs, Jets, Seahawks, Niners, Ravens. So obviously there's a bunch of teams that are already good, that will be more interesting, year 6, year 7. And then we have a bunch of teams like Carolina, the Jets, probably Tampa because their window's kind of short there, maybe the Colts. That could be interesting rebuild. So as always, this Pittsburgh team, the reason why we did Pittsburgh, it was the most requested rebuild from you guys. So let me know what one you want to see next in the comment section below. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, smash the like button. The more likes, the better these videos do. So keep on keeping on with that. And the Trey Lance, he goes down as an absolute GOAT. Actually, hold up. We'll pause it because I want to see what their career stats look like at this point. So he won the Super Bowl. For some reason, David DeCastro is he's sleeping in the parking lot. He's not on our roster, but he's letting us know he's retiring again. That's okay, not glitchy at all. Well, let's look at the stats here. Let's look at the career stats now that we're finishing up here with the squad. So, I mean, if we're trying to compare Trey Lance, where he's at, versus Ben Roethlisberger has, 4, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 seasons. I guess we'll say 14 full seasons because he had the injury. 14 seasons. Ben Roethlisberger had 56,000 yards, 363 touchdowns to 191 picks. We got a little bit less of the yardage, 32,000, but we have 287 and 74. So he's definitely right on pace. He's throwing the rushing. Or he has 3,500 yards, 43 touchdowns. I think when all said and done, Trey Lance, a little bit better than Ben Roethlisberger. From a receiving standpoint, Juju, almost 13,000 yards, over 100 touchdowns. He was an absolute beast in this rebuild. Defensively, Devin Bush, 1,100 tackles, 82 TFLs, 45 sacks, 17 picks. We have a pretty good productive career there from Minka. Over 100 sacks for TJ Watt. McMillan had 70 sacks. I mean, it was a good rebuild. From top to bottom, a really, really good rebuild. So, yeah, let me know in the comments what team you want to see next. Like button, all that typical YouTuber stuff. Subscribe. We're getting ready for Madden 21. It'd be pretty dope if we can hit 130,000 subs before that. We're about 1,500 away. And I'll catch you guys back here tomorrow on whatever video we're doing. It's probably, I don't know. I have no clue. Could be Flashback Pinks. Could be... talking about running back rating. I don't know. But we'll be back here tomorrow, and I'll see you guys then. Peace out.